Hi, I'm Ferris Collins. In this special presentation, I will be taking you to learn about the great Roman poet Virgil. So come with me as we travel through Rome, talk to genius historians, and fake an accent for a long period of time. This is important people of history I think you should know about. In order to figure out more about Virgil, I traveled to the beautiful country of my backyard, which I called Rome. You see, my interest with Virgil began when I was looking at the array of potential Greek and Roman poets I could have talked about. But Virgil stood out. He had something the others didn't, a spark, so to say. I found an interest in his determination and his amazing writings. And this caused him to be one of the most influential writers of Western history because of this strong determination throughout all his life. His writings shaped Roman identity and is a model for later epic writing. To obtain more information about Virgil, I gathered many different costumes and dressed up as different archaeologists and historians, and then acted like I was being interviewed.
Thank you for having me. Virgil, yes, he was determined. So determined. And that determination, well, he had to have it. You see, he grew up in rural Rome with a family that was not so wealthy. Middle-class family. His father had to buy an estate to get him to go to school so he could get his toga virilis, which was his citizenship. And, well, he went through that. He was determined to make it to the city. And he made it to the city, and, well, there he studied law. But here's that he didn't like law. He needed something else, so he was determined to find that something else. And he found it. And he found it in poetry. And he shined in poetry. Truly, truly shined. And you know, that determination was also shown throughout all his stories with all his characters. I mean, Aeneas in the Aeneid is very determined to find his people new land and redeem them from the terrible destruction that occurred. It's just that beauty of showing your ideals through your stories is something Virgil did better than almost any other poet of his time. As an archaeologist, I spent a lot of time reading poetry and looking for poetry. But Virgil, his work stood out to me the most. The way he would put his ideals and the ideals of his country into his works is something he did better than anyone else. His work shaped their identity. You had the Bucolics, 10 poems Virgil used to show us the ideals of Roman society in his time. Then you had the Georgics, the writings that Virgil used to show the farm side of Rome. It's so amazing that he would shed light on that as he did grow up in that kind of a area. And of course, you had his most famous work, the national poem of Rome, the Aeneid. It really just shows us everything that they valued. And even a story of how Rome rose. It is amazing how he rose from being a farm boy to creating amazing works like the Aeneid. It's awe-inspiring. Yes, thank you for having me. As a esteemed writer myself, I have used Virgil's works as a model for my own. And many others have done this, most notably Dante. In Dante's Inferno, Virgil acts as a physical guide and as the highest form of wisdom in that book. And John Milton, who used some of Virgil's works as a direct model for his own. Virgil, he set a beautiful model of what epic poetry should look like with the Aeneid. He had his hero, Aeneas, the goal to find new land for the Trojans, which eventually led to Rome. Putting and squeezing all the ideals of his land into that work is just, he did it so well. And it's something that we need to just fully grasp and respect.
So you see, Virgil, he's so important and vital for your understanding of poetry. Epic writing wouldn't be where it is without him. Writing in general wouldn't. His determination is something that should be awe-inspiring. So, I want you to have that same determination with everything you do. This is important people of history I think you should have known about.